I am Winnevar, and this is the third story video to Evoland 2. If you're not following along, please watch the first two videos of the story. We woke up in the uncompleted haunted forest lair. Our current goal is to find the other strange gem so we can open the door. Last night, I pondered upon the lair's layout before going to bed. I just know I missed something. It's gotta be like a switch or a lever. After killing some spiders, we walked around for a bit. I noticed a rust-colored lever upon a rust-colored floor. Oh my god, I am such a dunce. Just how many times did I walk past that thing? So I hit the switch, and I noticed the platform next to me begin to rise up. I ran onto the platform and then went up to the second level, ran all the way down the upper corridor area, and there's a chest. It's a star! A stupid star is what we found! Ugh! I was hoping for a strange gem. We then ran all the way back to the original platform, going up and down, and took ourselves down. That was a bust. I noticed a strange set of armor to my left, and I headed that way. It has to do something. I began to poke and prod it while wondering what it's here for. In my fanatical curiosity, I tried the armor on, and it fit! Oh my god! Then I got a brilliant idea. I'm gonna try and walk across spikes with this thing. It worked! I am a genius! I can't do much while wearing the armor except for walk. I then noticed that there are places where I could take the armor off, and I made my way through a mini puzzle of spikes. By the way, the mini puzzles with spikes didn't really lead to anything big. While looking for that strange gem, I ended up getting lost again. I seriously wish I had a dungeon map. So, I wandered around, just lost within this dungeon, trying to figure out what I missed. And finally, I found it! I got to the front door and opened it. After opening the front door, I ran into the boss room. And you would not believe it, but it was that ghost-collecting haunted forest guardian. And he remembers me too, with a grudge. He thinks that I'm here to run off his new friends that are outside in the forest. So we battled, and I kicked his butt. Yeah! All the while yelling that this was just a big misunderstanding. After we wore him out, we began to talk. And he told me that he cannot move that big boulder. But you know what? He said Telas is a demon, and if he gets a power upgrade, he can move the big boulder. But we're gonna need some mana. So he gives me some mana and tells me to go see the witch BB. So we ended up walking out, going back up north to see that flirtatious witch BB. BB tells us that she can increase the power level of a person with some mana, but there is a possibility of killing the person too if they're not ready. So she takes her mana and says, hey, Telas is a good test subject. Let's try it out on him. Poor Telas. Blue light balls swirl around Telas and his body absorbs them. And he survives! Yay! We then head down to a large boulder and let Telas unleash his new power upon it. Boom! We head further south and notice a giant hole in the Earth's crust. Sasha, being a chatty, points it out. Sasha begins to cry because everybody she knows and loves was in that area and now they're gone. Just gone. She says, we're certainly not in our time period and now we have proof. We need to find out what happened. Let's head to the town Genova. Didn't we just escape from that place? As we head closer, we notice that the town is covered in this thick, brownish fog. It's so gross. Some people around the town don't mind the fog and think that it's actually beneficial to them. As I wandered around town, I came across this guy selling a house for an outrageous price. I whittled him down to about 500 and bought the house. Now that I think about it, I might have gotten it for less. I also wondered if I actually needed a home. We explored town and we found the armor shop that has smog equipment. That's interesting. We heard a few children laughing in the streets and followed the noise up to three little girls talking about a plan to break into the library for some books. Those are my kind of girls. Their plan was already set, but they were quibbling about the name of it. The girls then decided to come up with a new name for their plan in their headquarters, and they took off. I had a feeling I would be seeing them again. As we kept talking to the people, it was soon apparent that the town was split into two fractions. You had the zealot prophets and the traders. I don't think they get along too well either. It also turns out that there is a lot of sick people in the town, and most of the residents believe that it's due to the smog. You think? As we walked around town, we found the great library of Genova. We wanted to go inside and study the megalith. Unfortunately, the doors are locked, and Telas and Sasha began talking about changing the world. Telas becomes, as Sasha puts it, defeatist, because he says they probably won't be able to find another megalith or go back to the same time, and even if they did, it won't change a thing. Poor Telas, I think he's depressed. We found a prophet outside, and he said that only researchers are allowed in the library. We must find a way in. We have to. We must. Then my thoughts drifted back to those three girls and how they had a way to break into the library. Maybe they have a key. We went around town, just looking for them, and came across a Mr. Mudwell. Not the smuggler that helped us before, but he seems to be the grandson. And he says he is a trader, and he comes from a long line of traders. Even his grandfather was a trader. Okay. He has a bunch of information about the town's history and the smog itself, and as interesting as it is, none of it is useful. The smog started irritating our lungs, so we left Geneva for a quick trip to the sunny sailor town. There wasn't much going on there, so we headed back to Geneva. We find the inn, because we're going to call it a night, and we go out into the courtyard, and there are the three girls. I offered to help the girls with their plans, but they played dumb for a bit. Upon speculation, if I was to get in, I could bring them back a book. Yeah, sure. We finally found a way into the library. When we first get in there, there's this old scholar standing in front. He is the dean of the library and asks if we are new students. Yes, we are. Anything to not make you suspicious of us. Yes, we're students. He tells us that many important things are studied in this library, such as why mosquitoes' bites itch. Telas tries to imitate the dean for information about the megalith, and he gets a cane in the stomach for his efforts. Oof. The dean says he'll tell us everything he knows about the megaliths once we are scholars. To become scholars, we have to pass 6 of the 8 scholars tests. Yay, minigames! The first scholar's challenge is a mysterious relic. He says that it is an ancient Hyrulean ruin. I'm not making this up, guys. And he wants us to tell him which button to push first in the order of the sequence to open it. Another scholar challenged us with a painting a classica, and he wants us to paint with blocks so that none of the same colors will appear in the columns or lines. Another challenge is called optical options, and this one has you direct a beam of light with mirrors from point A to point B. Pretty straightforward. There is another challenge called the obsession sort that deals with book organization, and one of them is out of place. The challenge, Criffer, I think I said that right, is a mini game of cryptography, where you get to choose what the next symbol is. There is a military challenge called Patrol, where you need to follow the paths of the garrisons and find out which of the towers will not have a garrison at the end. There is a challenge of Stellar Encounter. It is about looking where the stars align and finding where two comets will cross. Epic. Another challenge is called Piping. It's pretty much a standard mini puzzle of using all the blocks to get the pipes connected from point A to point B. My brain is beginning to hurt from all the mini games, and I decided to call it a night from here. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to press your buttons. You can watch me live on 1OR at Twitch. If you like, let me know. If you don't like, let me know. Leave a comment. Tell me your thoughts. Bye bye.